Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are. So Charlie Wildish has made an apology YouTube video, but also there's another video that he made which is actually longer. So I'm going to record that now because it's unlisted and it might get deleted, but it's a longer video. So I'm just going to record it. Here we
Hello,
go.
everybody. Right, this will probably be my last video on ITP, unless something dramatic happens that I can update you on later. But it's like to be my last one. Firstly, I just want to apologize to everybody. I can promise you all the videos I made in good faith and with an honest intention and honest belief. With hindsight, I may have been naive, I may have been foolish, but my intentions was honest. Some people have said I've taken down all the videos and run for the hills. The reason why I took down all the videos was that I realized that some people were still signing up to ITP. So I did not want my videos to be used for that. That's why I took them down, not just because I'm running away. What I will say is ITP that's taken the money, not me. Now, I would like to explain why I actually had so much faith in ITP, because I really believed it was going to be here for a long term. So I would like to explain that. First of all, we just had a big, lavish seminar up in Leicester, which ITP apparently had paid for. There's more seminars planned for Liverpool, London, Dundee, and I believe one in Turkey. So it looked like it was going on for a long time. There's this which appeared on the ITP official Telegram channel. There was this business summit planned for February for some of the team leaders on the Isle of Man. It was going to be a 9-day business summit, and you had to qualify for it to get in. So again, it all looked like long-term plans. This is another screenshot from their official Telegram channel. And again, you can see their strategic plan for 2024. And again, they're talking about a leaders summit to be held in Seattle at the paragraph there labeled number 1 for people of G6 and above. So again, there seem to be a lot of things being planned. They had recently taken on a guy as marketing manager in the UK here, who had a lot of expertise in the area, and he was building a website for them. As it is, he knew nothing about this either, and he's been kind of suffered the same as the rest of us. But again, when you see somebody building a website, you tend to have confidence that this thing is going to be around for a little while. As part of this website, we was all asked to do video testimonials for it, which I did. I also used that video testimonial on my YouTube channel, which is now being used against me. Again, I honestly believed in ITP, and the video was not meant to boast or show off. It was just meant to show the potential. Some people are assuming that I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions. No, I've made tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands. As I said in the video, the testimonial video, I had only just got to that point. Okay, so yes, I have made some out of it, but I'm not the one that's running off with millions or billions. That's ITP. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. Some of you may be familiar with this video. I made a video with an avatar called Maya. Now, you can see here, Maya has been translated into at least 9 countries: English, Greek, Polish, Romanian, I think Spanish, Urdu, Turkish, French, German. Now, again, if they go into trouble to make these videos and translate them into so many different languages, really what tends to make it look like they're going to be around for a long time. Again, this is from the seminar at Leicester, and it states there that ITP has been targeted by social media competitors and trolls, the largest of these being Behind MLM. Now, I could fully relate to that because my YouTube channel, which I'll come back to later, my YouTube channel was getting people attacking me all the time, left, right, and center. So as it is, well, I hate to have to admit this, but Behind MLM were correct. ITP has turned out to be a scam. I honestly and sincerely did not believe that, but it turns out they're right. I mean, they carry on here about Behind MLM, who are themselves under investigation by trading standards and advertising standards. Now, and that's the information that you're being fed, and it turns out it's the other way around. They also continue, a joint action lawsuit is underway against Behind MLM, which includes ITP and several other companies who have a case lodged for false representation and extortion. Now, you would think that if a company is launching a lawsuit, it intends to be around and it's confident in itself that it's going to be successful. Otherwise, people don't normally launch a lawsuit if they don't think they've got a reasonable chance of winning. So all these are reasons why I honestly and sincerely believed that ITP would be around for quite a long time to come. I mean, the other thing is, I would never have kind of stood up in Leicester in front of 700 people promoting ITP if I knew that they was going to close it down. I mean, obviously, myself and the others who presented at Leicester, that just puts a big target on our back. And we would not have done that if we had any clue whatsoever that it was closing down, because everything looked like it was set for the long term. Now, ITP has always claimed that it makes its money from quantitative trading. Now, this sounded very reasonable to me. If you Google quantitative trading, there's 112 million results come up. So this is not something new. Okay, this has been around for a long time. And again, the print here will be pretty small, so I apologize, particularly for reading this on a mobile phone. But again, if you Google how long has quantitative trading been around? Well, it's been around since the 70s. So quantitative trading has got a long track record. But it says in the 70s, quantitative trading was in its infancy, and most trading was done manually using fundamental analysis and technical analysis. However, the introduction of computers and the development of quantitative models in the 1980s led to an explosion in quantitative trading strategies. Now, if the computer technology of the 1980s could lead to an explosion in strategies then, with all the AI that we've got now, it sounds entirely reasonable that we could be making a lot of money from quantitative trading now, the way that the app shows it. I have also been told by some people, although I can't verify it myself, that they've actually been on the blockchain and checked some of the actual trades that ITP claims that it's doing. Now, I can't see a pure Ponzi being able to generate the amount of money that was being made simply by new people coming in all the time. So I suspect now that it was a mixture of both. But you see, quantitative trading looked very, very realistic to me. I was also seeing some of the people around me who were introduced to it. I've seen it changing their lives for the better. People not being quite so hard up all the time. Another guy who was making a little bit of money and his health was improving because he wasn't under stress so much. So I have seen this actually kind of improving people's lives, both to me. Most of the people that I personally introduced, I have paid their sign-up fee for them. You see, improving people's lives. I've been doing it for 6 months, and there's been a few technical glitches, but it always paid out, and the glitches always got fixed. My direct sponsor has been doing it for about a year, The woman who introduced him was doing it about another 6 months before that. So it's been going solidly, reliably for about a year and a half. There's all these indications that they've got long-term plans and it's going to be around in the long term. And to me, at least, the trading strategy made sense. So this is why I had totally bought into it. And again, if I'd got any idea whatsoever that it was going to close, I would not put my name and face to it, and neither would anybody else. So that brings me to my YouTube channel, which obviously is the thing I'm mainly known for. Now, again, when I started, there was very little information. So I did a little video on the compensation plan, basically explaining how it works. It was mainly for my own people who I introduced. Other people saw it and liked it and started using it too, so it became quite popular. Then we started getting lots of questions about how do I open up a crypto exchange, how do I transfer from the crypto exchange into ITP and vice versa. So I did a few more how-to videos, and again they become popular. Then ITP themselves started approaching me and asking me to make more videos for them. And like I say, with the sincere belief that it was going to carry on, seeing that it had been reliable for quite a long time and people were benefiting from it, I agreed. So this one from Andreas back in August. Oh, sorry, this one from Andreas back in September. The compensation plan had been changed, raising the upper limits that you could trade on. So I got this message from Andreas. If you look at the second paragraphs down, many users have reported that your promotional videos you produced on YouTube are very useful and well done. The current level of ITP has been updated. Can you re-edit the video content? So, like a sucker, I agreed. I later got this one in October. I need your help. Could I do a video explaining how to set up a web link on the mobile phone desktop? And again, I agreed to do it because I thought I was helping people. And here's another one from Albert asking me, I need your help again. So yes, I did produce quite a few videos of my own back. I have been asked to produce videos by ITP and others, and I can honestly and sincerely say that I was trying to help people, and I've been suckered by them as well. And it particularly grieves me that they have me do the videos, make myself a public face of the company, and have me do the presentation up in Leicester, again making myself a public face, and then they disappear, leaving me to carry the wrap, and nobody knows who they are. These are all that we know about the actual ITP team. Again, I've got to admit, I feel really stupid now because we've got some names which are probably false. We've got telephones numbers which are now turned off and not answering. And they've never shown their face anywhere. So the likes of myself and the other people who have presented for ITP, we've ended up being the public face. And these people who are the real scam artists, these are the ones that have kind of taken all your money. They've disappeared without a trace. And I have to admit, looking back, I feel really foolish, but I honestly believed in the product at the time. One of our former team leaders, who's actually the guy who was making the website, he's very hot on computer stuff and technology. He has been tracing some of the ITP's accounts since they've done a runner. So there are two videos there, which I'll put those video addresses in the description down below. But he's been investigating into their online wallets and seeing what they're doing with them. This information has been reported to the Serious Fraud Squad Cyber Division, If anyone else has got any hard evidence they can use against ITP, please pass it on. Yeah, the fraud squad has been asked to seize ITP's assets and their wallets online and freeze them so that hopefully we'll be able to get some money back. But again, all I can do is apologize. I will say that I've been asked a number of times by people how much should they put in, and I've always said never put in more than you can afford. Sometimes people have come to me asking like, should I top up? Should I put more in? And I've always said there's not really a need to put more in because it's growing rather rapidly and you'll get there anyway. So unless you're in a rush to meet a particular financial target, I've always advised against putting more in. And I honestly and sincerely did not believe this was going to happen. And again, I can only apologize. I hope the fraud squad can seize those assets and hopefully you'll all get some back. Good luck, everybody.
Okay.
Can save that face of the cup.
So I wasn't going to comment. I was just going to record it, but I feel kind of obliged to comment. So I've just made some kind of notes here on what I've seen. Now, my overall thoughts, first of all, and some people might get upset by what I'm going to say here, but there is a but. Okay, there is a but. So I actually think he's genuine. I think he's fallen for this scam. All right. I think he's, made all these videos and he's got sort of involved in it. And as you get involved in certain things, you suddenly get a closed, like a blink, you get blinkers on kind of thing. And I think he just hasn't really seen this as a potential Ponzi, or he's seen so many things which go against it being a Ponzi that I don't even think he's even really thought it's going to be a Ponzi. Okay. Because of all these long-term goals and stuff like that. The thing is, it feels like he's very naive. Although he has said he's done MLM stuff before. Maybe he's not done as much crypto stuff. The trouble is with crypto, there's a lot more Ponzi schemes and stuff in it. There's a lot more scammers in this space, unfortunately. And that's one of the reasons why I, as a YouTuber, make these videos, because I want to try and clean up the space, because I want to make the space better for me, my family, and everyone else. Having all these Ponzi promoters and Ponzi schemes in the space just holds everything back. It's it's also a good excuse. It's good for governments, promoting their Ponzi scheme, which is the fiat currencies, British pounds, US dollars, euro, and stuff like that. I don't think they want to stop it that much because it's kind of good for them. It gives crypto a negative connotations, negative vibes. But I would say he's been very naive, all right, because a lot of these Ponzi schemes put these roadmaps up there. They say they're going to do this in 3 months' time, or this is going to happen in 6 months' time. We're going to have a convention that's in Malta in 6 months' time, or wherever. Okay. And then you think, well, okay, brilliant. So people be thinking, all right, my money's safe, okay, because they're going to do something in 6 months' time. So my money's safe until then. And that's what they did with this. They had an Isle of Man. It's just standard procedure to have this. We're going to do this in this time stamp, okay. So people then start feeling safe about it. So that's just very naive of him, okay. That is just a common practice. So if you see those roadmaps, actually, that should be a big warning, a big red flag almost. Now, he says he's not made like 100,000, but he has made tens of thousands. So that sort of gives the impression he's probably made between 50 and 100,000 in profit. So what I'd say to him is, if you've made that money, you've made, other people have lost, and you've been a big culprit in this. Okay, you're the one who's been making all these videos on behalf of ITP as well, because ITP have approached you and asked you to make them, and you foolishly agreed. Okay, if we're going to assume that you're very naive, okay, and you've made these, so you really should be handing this money back. Yeah, so that is my opinion on that. You should be handing this money back. You've been naive, but you still profited from it. So, and that that is the problem. Oh God, sorry, my voice. Right. Now the other main point, all right, is he's listened to all these points that make it give it longevity, the project. But what he also has done, one of the videos he made was he had a go at people like me who create videos that call this thing out to be a Ponzi. And we do know what we're talking about. I've been in this space now. I've been calling out Ponzi's for over 2 years now. I mean, I no idea how many things I've called out a Ponzi. Okay, and pretty much 100% of them, I'd say, have turned out to be true. Some of them are still going on. Okay, some that I've called out a Ponzi are still sort of doing the thing. Okay, so you can't say it's 100% a Ponzi until it breaks down. Okay, but the thing was with Charlie here, he's been in his own echo chamber, and that's the problem. He's been looking at all of this stuff, saying that it's going to go on because it's in his interest for this project to go on because it's making him money, and this is what people do. They get greedy. So he's got an interest in it going on. He doesn't want to. He wants to, close his ears, close his eyes on people like me who come give the information that this is a Ponzi. I mean, I would stake my life on this before that this was a Ponzi scheme. It was so obviously a Ponzi scheme. All right. So when somebody like me says this is a Ponzi scheme, and it's not just me, by the way. There's lots of other YouTubers who are good YouTubers who've made videos saying this is a Ponzi scheme. Now, they were all about on the internet, and I'm sure he must have seen them because he's made a video saying, well, some people are calling this a Ponzi, and it's definitely not a Ponzi. Yeah, remember that video that he made saying that this is not a Ponzi and this is not a pyramid scheme, when actually it was a Ponzi scheme and it was a pyramid scheme. So he's in his own echo chamber. Okay, he's completely put his blinkers on and not looked at it. So it's over there, but I'm not going to look at it. All right, because if I look at that and then shut everything down, I'm not going to make any money. All right, so he's happy to ignore that, even though there's so much evidence that says it's a Ponzi scheme. You know, the fact of compounding and stuff like that, it doesn't make the whole business didn't make any sense, and it still doesn't make any sense. It's the quantitative, the arbitrage trading, buying Bitcoin off one exchange, selling it on another exchange, and making money. They can just do that themselves. It's so bloody obvious, okay, that they don't need anyone's money. If they were doing that and they was as successful as they put out that they were, it's so obvious to be a Ponzi scheme. But Charlie put his blinkers on, completely ignored it. And that is the thing that is completely out of order. All right. That is the thing that makes him guilty as hell. Okay. And I don't care how many, he's trying to put loads of excuses up basically to say why he believed it. But he chose to ignore the biggest red flags. Okay. And the fact that this company was approaching him as well, I mean, that's just utterly ridiculous. Okay. So yeah, so he is the patsy, he is the fall guy, but he's made himself that. Okay. He's made a rod for his own back. So tough. Now, if you want to get away from that, I think you should say how much money you've made and hand it over. That's what you need to do. You need to hand it over to the police, or I don't know what you do there. I don't know what happens there. But there is a thing called clawback, where people who've lost money in the Ponzi scheme can claw the money back from people who've made money in the Ponzi scheme. So it should basically all go into a big kitty, and the people who've lost money, should get a percentage of this money. There's no way they're going to get 100%, in my opinion. So if you have lost money, there's no way you're going to get 100% of your money back, in my opinion. But this would be a way, at least, to say, if you're truly sorry, to give this money back, okay? Because you're not truly sorry until you've given the money back, in my opinion, and in lots of other people's opinion too, that I've seen the comments on. So that's what we need to see from you, Charlie. We need to see you hand over the money. And your daughter, Lisa, she got to level 4, you said, in that Leicester meet. So she needs to hand over the money too. And anyone else you know, they need to hand over the money. All these team leaders. Mac, 600,000 he's drawn out of it. He needs to hand over the money. Okay? So that'd be a good way, okay, of saying sorry. Okay? Say sorry with the money that you've made a profit with. Okay? Okay, I am out.